Hello, everyone. I'm Mark.
And I'm Rob.
And today we're going to talk about how I think the play of Caitlin Clark has convinced coach sides that they should run more. And we're going to talk about the mental aspects of coaching. Welcome to Mark and Rob's Sports Showdown. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do so and hit that notification bell when you do. Rob, against the Dream in the game before that, coach sides kept emphasizing they're going to throw the ball into the post all the time, just like they did the year before. And she seemed committed to do that for the entire year. And then the next game, they didn't do that because Caitlin Clark was off in La La Land the game before, and people complained, and I think she got overruled, and they finally gave the ball to Caitlin Clark, and she started running the offense, and she started running in general. She was running the fast break, basically. And since then, Rob, they have been won 4 of 7. And 2 of the games they lost to were away games against the 2 best teams, which they were never going to win no matter what style they used. And the other one they should have won against the Chicago Sky, but she abandoned what they were doing that was working, and that was including Caitlin Clark running the offense. And so they would have been 5 and 7 against 2 teams that they were never going to beat anyways.
Right.
So, Rob, what do you think about the change in the offense for Indiana Fever?
Yeah, I mean, she wanted to emphasize, that dinosaur ball. Just bring the ball down slowly, go to the right, post up, get the ball to Boston, turn and shoot. No, you got to have more movement.
Rob, that was basketball from the 80s, 1980s, maybe the 1880s for all I know. And that's just not the way it's played. Early 90s with Pistons maybe, but that's about it.
No, you have to. I mean, nowadays, even I learned, Mark, when I coached a while ago. I mean, to get the ball. I mean, with Caitlin, get the ball, rebound. She has great vision on the court. Get the ball and go. Let's go. Move the ball up the court. The athletes are much better than back when I played. So this dinosaur coming down the court slowly, calling out a play one, which is to give the ball to the post player. It's not going to work. Not nowadays. You have to get the ball going and movement, and that's what she's kind of trying to figure out, but not in the fourth quarter. For some reason, she abandons, like she did last night. They were running the ball, playing well, playing defense well, and in the fourth quarter, they abandoned everything they were doing, and they were missing shots, and so I don't. This is part of the reason why she's going to be gone.
Right. Well, they got tired, and we're talking about the game against the Aces, by the way. So, Rob, what she wanted to run before, like the 80s, and that's when the 3-point shot wasn't important yet, right? So now the 3-point shot is important, and when you run, and the defense doesn't get set, you have a better chance of getting off a good 3-point shot. Right. So I think that's the advantage of what Clark wants to do, and it just opens up the whole offense. And when you move the ball more, as you say, guess what? You're more likely to find a person open for a 3-point shot also.
Right. Or the layup. I mean, I personally, I like the 3-point shot, and I don't like it. But and then I see the people, instead of cutting to the basket on the fast break, I see the players stop outside and want to shoot the 3. I'm getting used to it. I'm like you said, it makes sense. But they can still run the fast break, and the person cuts the basket for a layup, which I'm used to. But that's what you got to get your offense to do, which she is not doing.
And Rob, I'm going to make the argument that the 3-point shot is even more important in the WNBA than the NBA. Even though they're not as good at 3-point shooters, the line is closer. Mm-hmm. In addition, their post play and their layups are awful.
Yeah.
So that makes it the 3-point shot even more important in the WNBA. And they can hit the 3-point shot.
Mm-hmm.
So
Agreed.
That's all the more reason for this to work in the WNBA.
Agreed. Awesome. And now let's talk about the mentality of a game. Also, that comes into play. I mean, you could be a good X and O coach, but it seems like if you don't, for me, motivating the player, I think coaching is like 90% of the game, no matter what. I mean, you can be a very good drawing up the plays and things like that, but to get your players to react to how you want them to play, and just in certain situations, I pulled up. I don't know if anybody's seen that movie, The Hoosiers. I did pull that one of my games where we were losing, where I asked the referee to give me a technical foul because my team was not playing that well.
You can just earn one yourself, Rob.
Well, usually I thought, you would think I'd earn it myself, but I went to the referee. I said, hey, give me a technical foul. He goes, you want one? I said, yeah, I can just give me a technical foul. And we gave a technical foul, and everybody's, oh my gosh, Rob, what are you doing? And
you stole that from the Hoosiers?
Well, no, they stole it from me, actually.
Oh, you did it before the Hoosiers?
Yeah, I did
it a long time ago.
Yeah, I did it for them. But then the team sat down. I go, okay, now you have to play. And we ended up winning the championship. I lucked out. I mean, I got to coaching at the Stanford University. It was an AAU game. It was really exciting down in Palo Alto, California. And then we won the game with a last-second shot. But that's part of the mental thing. Even when I coach my my young teams, I would call a timeout. Maybe I wouldn't say anything. Or even at halftime, instead of, if they're not playing well, usually the coach would come in screaming and yelling. But then I would just come in and say, quietly, now you got to play. And they'd go out and play. But with her, she doesn't. When she calls a timeout, I don't know what she says in the fourth quarter. I don't know what she's telling them when they were getting killed in the fourth quarter. I mean, you can say, hey, adjust to it. Maybe we'll go to a zone. You have to adjust to what's going on the floor on the fly.
Well, I have two things to say about Coach Sides. And the one you're just talking about is she never gets a technical. The only time she got a technical is after she said it wasn't Caitlin Clark's job to complain to the refs after she got her third technical. Or I think it was after her second technical. She goes, that's my job. And then everyone says, well, you never get a technical. You never complain to the refs hard enough to the point to take the point across. So the next game she got a technical just because everyone gave her a hard time about not doing it. And I don't think she's gotten one since then.
No.
And I'm not saying she's got to go out and get a technical every game. But every once in a while, you got to do that, especially when the refs are screwing you over. And I've seen some games where they got screwed over and she didn't object hard enough. And so it's a good point, Rob, what you said and what you did. And I don't know if you got to go out and say, give me a technical. Just go out there and scream. You'll get a technical. I didn't feel like screaming that day or something. I don't know.
Well, real quick, Mark, the time I did get a technical, it wasn't because I got scream. I was screaming. I was being from the East Coast and I was coaching out on the West Coast. My thing was, that's a Pac-10 call, and I got a technical foul for that.
Well, see how easy it is to get a technical.
And Mark, let me finish. And I turned to one of my players and I go, obviously a Stanford man, when I got the technical. So
you got another technical for that.
Yeah.
Well, the other mental aspect of it is you got to have the locker room behind you, and that means not throwing your players underneath the bus all the time. Exactly. Which she does at every post-game press conference there is. I mean, she has not failed to do that 21 times where she blames the players for something. And she almost never takes any responsibility for what she's not doing right.
Right.
She doesn't say, I got to coach them better. I got to do this better in practices. It's always the players didn't do this. And that's a bad mental aspect that she has in terms of coaching part of the game.
Mark, I don't think she goes home like I used to. And this was only like the games I coached with CYO, 7th and 8th grade, 6th grade. I would go home and be like, wow, maybe I should have played a zone, or maybe I should have switched this way during the game. I don't think she does that as far as most coaches do. They go over the game after they lost and what they could have done better. I don't think she does that.
Well, I doubt she's good at self-evaluation or should be a better coach.
Right.
Seriously. That's how you get better. You self-evaluate.
Right.
So anyways, that's our take. Let us know what you think, whether they should continue to play upbeat basketball and not the dinosaur ball that she wanted to play, and whether or not you think she has a poor mental aspect to coaching. We all know we think that she's a poor coach. So I guess she does automatically by that. But she's poor at the X's and O's. In fact,
she's both.
With the players, and she'd still be poor with the X's and O's, and she'd still be a poor coach.
Right.
So anyways, make some comments down below and let you know what you think. Intelligent, non-insulting comments. And if you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? We want you, just like Uncle Sam, and hit that notification bell when you do. And if you like this video, hit the like button. Major announcement, Rob. Our live show is expanding to 2 hours Eastern time, 6 to 8 every Monday, except for major holidays. And that includes things like Christmas, Labor Day, and Rob's 39th birthday.
Right.
The other major announcement is that we're going to do live shows 2 to 5 from July 27th through August 10th, which is during the Olympics, obviously. We're going to cover the Olympics, and that's because it's prime time in Paris, and that's when the marquee events are. So those 2 weeks, we won't do Monday shows. All right. So we'll see you on the next video.
Yeah. Peace out.